more handset makers are now coming up with smartphones, such as the Apple iPhone and Android phones by makers such as Sony. Not rhythm, RIM means BlackBerry. Yes. Samsung, and also by a Taiwanese company called HTC. What do you think that kind of impact could have? Like, who could benefit, who can win, or who can lose from this massive development? And this is actually a massive development for Taiwan because Taiwanese IT manufacturers like Foxconn are producing a lot of these handset makers. And also HTC, which is one of the top 4 or top 5 for smartphones. Who do you think how does this reshuffle from a business point of view, the players in telecommunications, in handsets, and in media?
People can easily connect to the internet and watch TV via their handset device.
So this could impact the cable companies, right? Because they're watching less there. Because they're watching less, then there's less ratings, and if less ratings, then advertisers are going to pay less to them. If they're paying less to them, then they're going to maybe put in less money to create good programs, and they put in less money to create programs, then maybe they'll have not as good of actors or not as good of script writers. So it could actually have short-term and long-term impact, right? So that's one. What else could the rise of smartphones mean for anyone? Yeah. Titan, what do you think?
Benefit from this, or
yeah, or who benefits, who loses?
I guess still the Apple and the Google.
Apple and Google?
Yeah.
Loses?
Will benefit.
How so?
Because if more and more people using the Android or App Store, and they can get from the ads and or some they earn money by license or get a advertisement. I know. Yeah.
Okay, and who loses? If they benefit, then who loses?
Maybe. I don't know.
Lynn, do you want to help? Titan? For example, right, laptop. Why do they lose?
If you can have access to the internet and connect with people easily through your smartphone, maybe you don't want to carry a laptop around so much.
Okay, so let's assume that there's more losers, but let's focus on potential laptop being affected by the benefits of Apple and Google. And so what is the next chain down the line to lose if the notebook sales go down?
Pads.
Sorry?
The devices look like iPad or something.
Oh, okay. But let's focus on notebook for now. Like, who else could suffer from the drop in sales of notebook? And I think by notebook you mean like Acer, Asus, Compaq, right? HP. Yeah. So who else could, related to the whole notebook, can be impacted?
Foxconn.
Well, they actually are both ways because they do notebooks and they do iPhones, so they're okay. Yeah. Like potentially a lot of the peripherals, like mouse, like external hard drive, like keyboards, motherboard, because now it's different.
External hard drive couldn't lose.
What, sorry?
External hard drive couldn't lose. For example, if you use Garmin or not Garmin, Asus smartphone, you can connect external hard drive with this mobile phone with its cell phone. So external hard drive Just
will always
receive
be
it
there.
coins.
Yeah, because there's so much data, right? That needs to be stored somehow.
You can store it just on your flash or
Yeah, but this is going to change. It might not look like this. It might look like this, or it might look like this, right? So there's still going to be some shuffling because people who come up with new patents, new technology to store 1 terabyte on a card is definitely going to win, right? Because it's all about, when we're talking about smartphones and mobility, and handsets, it's all about mobility now. Yeah. So before we go to iPad, who else can lose big time from smartphones? Like whose names are not here that would normally be here like 3 or 4 years ago?
Nokia.
Yeah, like Nokia's gone, right? Like Sony, Ericsson, they're actually doing, they're trying to do more Android, right? And did anyone before had a phone by the name of Razer? Razer phone?
Oh, yeah.
That was,
yeah.
that was actually using David Beckham as their spokesperson. What is that?
Motorola.
Motorola.
Yeah, it's like incredible how that was like a household name
Yeah.
5 years ago, and now like people need to think of Motorola, right? That's how quickly this whole industry is changing. But Motorola has come out with their new Android phones, and it's actually doing very well in the United States. Yeah. So, yeah. Anything else?
Publisher.
Publishers.
Yeah.
Okay. How does it impact?
Because iPad and the smartphones can read the ebooks,
Yeah.
and the publisher maybe they will cut down their publish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I think
Yeah. And who benefits from that,
benefit.
other than handset makers?
Internet provider.
Maybe the
Software.
platform
Mhm.
and platform which make the ebook or
More information to
yeah.
Yeah, the platforms, right? Because now they don't need to, they can just profit share even. You know, they put the comic book there, and then they profit share. For example, if reading Naruto or something, 火影忍者, you pay $100 for five books. Then like iPhone, they'll keep $30. And then actually I take that back. The operator might not necessarily make money. There could be potentially a loser. For example, if I'm accessing my iPhone to watch comic books and I'm buying it directly from iTunes, Apple definitely benefits. But the platform, it depends on what platform you're talking about. If the platform that I'm using to access the comic book is Taiwan Mobile or Yuanchuan or Chonghua Telecom, not benefiting, not making a cent. You're just providing the internet connection as a utility. So that is why the telecommunication companies have tried to create their own, what we call the wall garden. Like in Chonghua Telecom, it's called Hami. And then with Yuanchuan, it's called S-Mart. And so you purchase the comic books or you purchase the animation within if you're their subscriber, instead of going outside to iTunes. So even though there's a kind of competition, a collaboration, let's say between handset makers like Apple and Chonghua Telecom, because Chonghua Telecom is selling the iPhone handsets, there's actually competition in terms of selling the content, whether you buy it from iTunes or you're buying it from the telcos. Okay. Let's think really far in terms of publishing. Who else could lose?
E-books manufacturers.
Sorry?
E-books manufacturers.
E-book
Electronic
manufacturer,
books manufacturers.
They could lose or benefit.
Lose, of course, because
Okay.
you can download, for example, Adobe or other readers to your device.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Definitely.
Even here in the classroom, nobody has e-books right now
Mm.
because nobody needs it.
I have one.
Ah,
But I seldom use it.
Okay, but one obvious with publishing is that bookstores and printers, right? So if you think really far in terms of business point of view, bookstores, I mean, like Tenping, Jingshi, they could all be impacted by something that is happening on the media or on the telco sector. And if you think even further, that could impact like real estate prices or rental prices and the cost of paper and all those kind of things. So this is like trickling effects that you guys should really kind of think about if you're studying business or business management or IP management even, to see how far you can stretch each move and what kind of implications, whether good or bad, they could have on the industry that it's in and also industry that is not it even.